Hello everyone, I welcome all the third semester of mechanical department. Before going to the today's lecture, I would like to introduce myself. I'm a Professor PP Dodmani from Mechanical Engineering Department, AITM, Belagavi, and I'm handling a subject called Material Science. And subject code is 18ME34. So as you know, the subject which carries 40 marks for your IA test and 60 marks for your external examination. So before coming to the subject, hope all of you are doing well during this pandemic situation. So because of that, we are on this platform. So before coming to the subject, so let us have a brief discussion about syllabus of the subject. As you know, there are five modules in the subject. Module 1, the module 1 that is introduction to crystal structure, and in that the second sub unit is mechanical behavior. So in module 1 what we are going to discuss is introduction to crystal structure. So here as you know, any material or any element, it may be a metal or it may be non-metal. It consists of various atoms inside that material or any element. So the atoms which are not just one or two atoms, it would be a several atoms, and those atoms inside those materials which has taken some shape, it has some structure, so that those structures we are going to study how those structures has been arranged, whether it is a simple cube, whether it is a square, whether it is a triangle, or whether it is a rhombus, how that structure has been arranged in various materials. So those structures we are going to study in the module number 1. So by studying those structures we are able to analyze what is the property of a material. For example, copper. The copper, it is having a face centered cubic. The structure of the copper is cubic shapes. So what are the properties of the copper? When the copper contains a shape of this cubic structure, so what is the normal property of that copper? That is what we are going to study, that is what we are going to understand in this introduction. So in the same way, various types of materials we can identify, and we can observe the various properties. In the same way, mechanical behavior of various materials also we are able to study in different loading conditions or different environmental condition, how that material is going to perform, or behavior of that material we are going to study in that module number 1. So module number 2, the module in module number 2 what we are going to study is, it is completely about failure of materials. Failure of materials. So whenever the material which undergoes a load or stress, after certain time there is a possibility of failure of material. So how that failure could occur, that is going to study deeply in this module number 2. For example, if the material is carrying a continuous load for a longer time, So for how long that material would be sustain that load when it is going to failure. So in the same way, various types of failure we are going to study in module number 2. So now comes to the module number 3. Module number 3, the module number 3 we are going to study firstly about heat treatment, and secondly the heat treatment for ferrous and non-ferrous alloys. So heat treatment. So heat treatment basically performed to improve the various mechanical or thermal or physical or any other properties of different materials by rising temperature. So as I said, heat treatment, it is basically a performed to improve the properties like mechanical properties, as I said, to increase the strength of the material or to improve the hardness of the material. So these are to improve the uh, to improve the uh, wear properties, or maybe any um, thermal properties. Heat treatment is done. So how that heat treatment is performing? So heat treatment is basically performed under a furnace. So whichever the material you are going to increase the property, that material you are going to keep it for a heat treatment, and that sample or whatever the material we are keeping inside the furnace. So for that temperature we are going to raise. So based on the material we are set up the temperature. So based on that, different properties can be achieved or varied. So how that heat treatment would be done, that's what we are going to study in module number 3. So as I said, for heat treatment, any ferrous materials or non-ferrous materials could be heat treated. So this is what we are going to study in module number 3. And in module number 4, that is composite material. It is a very interesting module, composite materials. So composite materials, it is nothing but the combination of two or more materials. You can take any two or more materials. By combining those materials, you are going to attain a different material. For example, one aluminum material you are going to take and one magnesium material you are going to take. By clubbing those two materials or by combining those two materials, you can vary the property of that material, or you can get the desired property of the material. In composite materials, for combining those two materials, various methods are there. So which are those methods? How those materials can be clubbed? Those all things we are going to study in module number 4. And in module number 5, that is other materials and material selection. So here the other materials like ceramics, plastics, optical, and thermal materials. So about these materials we are going to study deeply in the module number 5. So ceramics, as you know, it is a very high insulating material. It is capable to sustain a very high temperature. So it is available cheaply. So about that behavior and mechanical behavior and application of these ceramics, plastics, optical and thermal properties we are going to study in model number 3 as well. We are going to study about smart materials like the smart materials like fiber optic materials, piezoelectric materials, shape memory alloys, ethanol. These are the some smart materials, and those properties and applications would be studying in this module number 5. And lastly we are going to study selection of materials. So whatever the materials we had discussed so far, or we would be discussing in coming lecture. So how those materials are going to be selected? So based on the first thing, the based on the performance, what it is mean for the, based on that performance the selection of material will be done. And secondly, the economic consider whether the material which we are going to consider, whether it is available cheaply or not, whether it is costly or it is expensive. Based on that we are going to select the materials. That is also a important factor here. And environmental condition or environmental factor also we are going to count here. Why? Because it should not any pollutant or it should not be hazardous to the any human beings. And sustainability, the sustainability of the material also we are going to count. That is nothing but it should survive for a certain period. So these are all things we are going to study in module number 5. In the next lecture we are going to study about the material science. What is actually mean by material, and what does mean by science, and why we have to study this material science. So with this I would like to stop today's video lecture, and in the next